How are you?
Hello.
I think you all have been. They still fail because I might have. How are you? Join us. Yes. Did you make it to the hospital? I guess it was almost a year ago. The 40th or 85th, whatever the big, my uncle came to it.
1944
44.
was when Beaufort Memorial was founded.
All right.
I'm trying to think.
Right, so you want me to get started? All right, hello, good afternoon, everybody. We are convening for the Health Advisory Committee for Beaufort County School District, and I'd like to call the meeting to order.
Don't have a quorum, so this would be for information of.
Okay, beautiful. But we're still gonna stand and do the pledge and have a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please stay standing for a moment of silence. Thank you. All right. Now, we don't have a quorum, so we don't need to do the agenda. Do we have any public comment? No public comments. I think that's fine.
Just take.
Thank you. And then we have the committee amendments in our packet, but we can't approve them. Were there any adjustments or changes that needed to be made?
See anything, let me know and I'll make the changes for you. Dr. Pierce, did you clear it out for him? Okay, thank you.
It's the thinner version.
The thinner version. So I have everyone's. This was the only way we wanted them to have,
Mhm.
correct?
And then the 2 pages at the very end.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So I'm not hearing any corrections on the minutes, so we're gonna move on. And that brings us to the next bullet point, which is bylaws. So is that Dr. Stratus or Ms. McKenzie?
I think we wanted to review the bylaws regarding language on the construct membership and at what point language to be used when I have been selected for committee and you're not in attendance, right? We wanted to review the exact language in order to utilize and send notice. If I'm correct, notice needed to be, thank you, in that of a communication.
Right.
And so is it possible to make that larger? I do apologize.
Do you also have any folder?
I think I was on the last page.
That was just maybe
Okay.
specific language for a second bill. Multiple.
Okay, so if a member is absent for 2 or more meetings, the majority of the HAC members may recommend to the board the removal of that member. The member shall be given written notice by the board chair and the opportunity to be heard before removal. So the question at table at this point is the removal prior to the year recognized because it's based on attendance, 2 or more? Or do you want to have an exact number?
I think I'm okay with that language if you are.
I am, it's just hard to define. When do you say 2 or, I feel like when a child, if you're late to class 2 or more times, but 2 is normally then the cutoff, an educator. So I'm just, is it 2? Or is it, if there's more, if there's mitigating
I
circumstances?
mean, 2 is
That's what I was thinking. Like what is,
it's used. if,
Yes.
obviously, if someone had a good excuse for missing, then it.
Mhm.
So, two is fine.
So do you say, and only because it's bylaw and we only can make recommendations at this time, correct? We are not going to be able to take a vote.
Sure.
So do we say two, or if necessary, additional absences subject to medical?
Is this within a 1 year period?
Or is it their term? This would be
yes.
within the year. Within the year.
Within the year?
Okay.
Two unexcused or,
So then,
Which is better.
Yeah, I like that too.
so if a member misses
David?
within the year, right? Two,
Mhm.
In person or online attendance, David Carr was wondering.
I think it's both, no? We've never subjected separately for membership.
Right.
Okay, but the clarification would be good. Or do you want us to, in some documents, you always define in the very beginning, do you want to define what attendance means? Or do you want to do that within this language?
well, I think online attendance is acceptable,
So within the
Yeah,
year?
because I think that you're still here. Never
Yeah.
differentiated between one was,
Yeah.
yeah,
Crimes.
Add another layer of struggle to.
yes,
Position.
correct.
Concept.
I'm just trying to wordsmith language. Inclusive of face-to-face and virtual, correct?
Right, there's another question, was the unexcused absence, who would approve it, or I didn't get to see it before it went off.
It says, good, I thought I would ask, would an unexcused absent be okay, and who determines this?
That's what I figured would come up next. So generally, if you're following educational guidelines, and ladies, each one of you have in the classroom, religion, obviously death, attending a death, medical, and adjudication are the four that are excused, and medical can be that of yourself or a family member. So those generally are the terms utilized in academic world for excused or unexcused absences.
I had a prearranged trip and I let the chair know ahead of time that, this is something we had planned a long time ago, then that to me would be an excused.
It's good
Yeah.
too.
I don't know if we need to get into the language
Right.
about excused or unexcused, because it does say may recommend. So if, like your example, if we know you're on vacation, we definitely wouldn't recommend or remove you, right? But if we just haven't seen you in a long time, so.
As an aside, for any of our members that are not present, did any of them have an excuse or let anybody know that they couldn't come tonight?
I have, Ms. Blaze had said she would not be able to be here.
She's always shared.
On arranged a trip,
Sure.
and then that's it, and then Miss Caitlin, she resigned.
Mm.
So those were the only two, Constance is on over for now.
Sure.
So that's the committee that has been meeting, that has been you all, that's it. So the other people who had originally signed up, maybe have come to one meeting, so forth, no one else, they have not been here
Sure.
since.
I understand.
So, and technically, we did notify them in writing. Just putting that out there a while ago.
On one of the local boards I serve, we have 9 members, but when we have 2 slots that are not filled, then, we would consider a quorum, 7.
Instead of,
Yeah, so if we, on this committee, have slots that are not filled,
Is
then I'm wondering if we adjust the quorum so that we can do our business.
That's a
Good idea.
Smart.
As long as we're at an odd number.
Right.
So if we go back up to attendance, I just want to, no, I put that down here as well. If a member within the calendar year is absent, I'm going to stick with the 2 or more times, either face-to-face or virtual, the majority of the HAC membership. I just put some clarification and keeping the language once again. If a member within the calendar year is absent 2 or more meetings, either face-to-face or virtual, and then I can continue the language. The majority of the HAC members may recommend to the board the removal of. Are we good with that?
Yes.
Okay, so this is only a recommendation. We can't take a vote on it at this time, but we could put it into the minutes. Is that okay, Mrs. Cushenberry? And Dr. Pierce has made a recommendation with regard to defining quorum.
So we currently have, to have 9,
13.
okay, and so we,
The last sheet are the vacancies. The petitionary.
that, but, how many do we have that we would consider active?
5, 6,
Ms. Glaze?
absolutely, 7th, yeah, absolutely active. My only question is, under the regulation, does the regulation define a requirement of 13? If I'm correct,
This is
if I'm
a
seeing it
13
as,
member, yeah.
I'm seeing it in
does.
mind's eye. That would be the, why I wouldn't play with membership, I would play with the voting quorum language. And I think we will still be within the regulation, sir.
Does the board have to change, the number of members, or the language relative to the number of members?
And with regard to membership, yes.
Since we're having difficulty filling those slots, I'm just wondering if we need to request a change, of definition of a quorum and the number of members that are required.
I don't, because of my move, I don't have my binder that I normally would bring that has a legislation in it.
I'll pull it up right now.
Yeah, because I think we may be I'm by no means a lawyer, but Karen and I think the group of us are pretty good at splitting hairs on some positions. Membership versus quorum for voting, I don't know if they're one and the same. Now, someone can come back and say that by definition, membership would provide a voting result, but it's not explicit in the regulation.
Hope that the language would read up to 13 members.
I like where you think.
Yes, many of wise men. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Robin, thank you.
It's 59, 32.
I believe
Yeah.
it's 5932. Just for the difference at the language, correct?
says
And I think if you could read further in, you'll see where it's giving you a description of the membership,
Membership.
All right.
because I think the
Each
quorum is
school
more
district shall
Robert's rules.
establish and maintain a coordinated school health advisory council to assess, plan, blah, 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 blah. The council must be composed of members of the community, school representatives, health, students, parents, district service employees, and school board members. And I don't see where it says, this is just the law itself.
Which is very interesting because, no, let's get the notebook because that is the first I've heard the language. May I see what you're citing?
Yeah.
She's pulling it right out of 59 Article 3. Oh, you're looking at nutrition standards.
Oh, well,
Thank
no
you.
wonder.
So I say something's
Something's off.
State that it's the majority of the sitting members. A quorum is the majority of the sitting members.
So that's actually favorable.
And then, it pretty much stated the same. 13, they say 13.
But a majority of the sitting members define a quorum in order to have a vote. So we could actually, thank you, dear lady.
So how many sitting members do we have?
Right now, you have a total of 7 and 5 within the room, which still gives us an odd number. Yes, ma'am.
So none of this would negate anything that we did in the past.
No,
Everything is,
we're still very clean, but yes, ma'am.
well, that's important.
Look at that's important.
I'm looking for it on here.
I just found it in the first thing that Amy.
Oh, awesome. I don't have that with me today. This is the first time I've thought it.
All right, so the HEC is a public body as defined by South Carolina Freedom of Information, but yeah, but it's not citing it here. But I thought it was 5930.
It's 32.
5932. Comprehensive health, it's all together.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Should have a tattoo with it just on the hood.
3230.
Oh,
It's up to 3230.
The all the way around on your back.
We shall not discuss if all of that goes together.
Thank you. And I appreciate it. And I apologize.
All right, here it is. I've got it right here.
You did all right.
We don't have Ms. Gordon. She's on.
She's on, she's on, but I don't.
Yes, I'm on.
Oh, I see her now. I see it.
Hello.
We have board members Elizabeth Hay and Leah Frazier and Ms. Gordon and Dr. David Carr. So those are the board members that are participating.
Awesome.
I think that, and as you're pulling that up, and I think it's been resolved on how a vote can be executed. If we agree that we're meeting a quorum, you can make a motion towards the updating of the language for Roman numeral 9 under attendance. So just to bring everyone up to same level, under Roman numeral 9 alpha A, attendance. And Karen, I think it was you who made the recommendation of 2 or more, am I correct?
I just wanted to be specific.
Yep. If a member within the calendar year is absent 2 or more meetings, either face-to-face or virtual, the majority of the HAC members may recommend to the board the removal of the member. The member shall be given within notice by the board chair and the opportunity to be heard before removal. That would be a motion needed to update this bylaw.
What was the language that you wrote down?
So the language that was added in, absent 2 or more meetings, and then we added the language of either face-to-face or virtual.
And within the calendar year.
And within the calendar year, which was actually in the original, I just shifted when it was written. Yes, ma'am.
I make a motion to amend.
That's it.
We don't have a quorum.
Yeah, we do.
We don't have a quorum.
2, 3, 4.
We only have 4.
You only have 4?
Yeah.
Does Emily?
Committee members, because,
Emily is the staff. She doesn't count.
Sorry, Emily. I thought you were an educator.
different one. She's not committee member.
I put her in as an educator.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll just keep the minutes. Okay.
And then you could take, it was a consensus, not a vote, but a consensus of the members that were here. And we go to the academic committee tomorrow, and all 3 academic committee members are online now.
Are hearing what.
The consensus is, so that can be presented tomorrow.
Just a point of clarification, how many sitting members do Glaze? How many total?
Counted 7, but I had included.
7, but Caitlin resigned today, so
So we have
6.
6. Well, we have a quorum based upon
You're right, I'm sorry.
the number of sitting members that we have and those that we have in attendance.
You're right.
That's based on the language that you had read. What page was that cited, please?
Page 4.
Page 4,
Binder.
on the bylaws,
Yes. Under.
Roman numeral 12. 9, conduct, all right,
No, that's attendance, I'm sorry.
yeah.
Oh, quorum, yeah, 13.
I don't have the full book, so no, I can't.
Page 5.
Okay, page 5. I'll have it in a moment.
Sports team. Say quorum.
On top. A quorum of the HAC shall consist of a majority of sitting members. Proxy voting is not permitted. Members may participate electronically by telephone, video conferencing, or any other live and contemporaneous medium.
No, that's why I really don't have to put it.
Okay.
First one.
Through which the member can hear and participate in all discussions prior to a vote. That's just for adaptive, yeah. So by this language, Ms. Robin,
So we have,
A quorum.
so we can go back and approve minutes and.
yeah, but we have a motion on the table right now.
Yeah.
Well, right now, we need to go back and approve the agenda.
And
Okay.
then we can do the.
All right,
because
let's
we
do
have
it.
not
Accepted the agenda.
You're parliamentarian.
To approve the agenda.
Do you have a second?
Second.
All right, all those in favor? All right, the agenda is approved. Do you want me to do the minutes or go to the current?
Might go ahead and go to whatever you want to do.
Okay,
Keep it in order.
all right, so, is there a motion to approve the minutes from our last April 28th meeting?
Move.
Dr. Pierce, do I have a second? Ms. Constance is second. All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, our minutes are approved. Okay, now,
Review of the bylaws.
review of the bylaws. There's a motion on the table regarding the verbiage under Article 9, attendance.
Which is referenced on page 4 of the bylaws under Roman numeral 9.
So, Dr. Carr says, I think this is an important discussion. How was the number of members, 13, determined? If we are having difficulty finding 13 people to serve, should we consider changing the number of members? How did the makeup of the members get determined?
So under regulation 59 32/30,
Section B.
yeah, section B actually defines the requirement of each school district within South Carolina to constitute a health advisory council grouping committee. Under that regulation, it defines the makeup of the committee on top of 13 members. That membership, yeah, I'm trying to cite it from the bylaws because I believe it's on page 1 on our bylaws, is 2 parents, 3 clergy, 2 health professionals, 2 teachers, 2 students, and 2 other persons not employed by BCSD. So we cannot change the membership composition due to the regulation. But the language defined for quorum, which was on page 5, Roman numeral 13, allows for the participation, those participating to maintain momentum by the language that is in Roman numeral 13 alpha A.
And I think that's important because we would be happy if we found 13 that qualified under the existing regulations, but since we don't have them, we need to be able to function. And so if we are able to do what we just did and have official meetings with those that are here, then, you know, I see that's the way to go. Keep the number that can be members as it is, but, you know, give us a way to function with who we have.
His follow-up question is, would some people qualify in more than one category? Yes, they do, but don't know that you can function in more than.
They function in one.
He also asked.
But say it's for the past year.
Did we answer his question about how people were selected? You asked something about how we were selected.
Approved by the board.
You had to apply.
Okay,
So.
I was asked to apply.
So-
and I did it.
But every
Call to apply.
For the record, it wasn't me.
Process was.
that member, the members applied and then with the criterias, then it was taken to the academic committee, who went through the applications and they selected the people in each of the categories, and then they took their recommendation to the full board. So that is how the committee was selected.
So we go back to, do we answer Dr. Carr's questions? We're good? Is he happy?
And there's a jot form link that lives.
That's what I was waiting
Yes,
on.
it
the
does.
website.
That anyone can apply. It's a generic jot form, so you're not applying for a specific, you're not applying for a vacancy. You're just showing interest to then be paired with the potential that there is a vacancy that matches what you would bring to the table. Yeah, but that jot form is there all the time. Yeah, and Ms. Cushenberry would receive an alert, and so would I if someone did fill that out.
So may I ask the committee? Emily is an educator and Ms. McKinsey is an educator. May they, but you yourself are listed as an educator, right? So,
But I'm
Yes.
also a parent.
so may Emily submit an application as a parent
I would hope so.
and Ms. Karen McKinsey is an educator, so that those applications may be brought forward to academic committee for membership.
To me.
I mean, I'm just sharing that because both are very much live and very interested.
You are alive.
There are days. There are days when, but meaning live, face to face, and very interested in the work of HAC. So I just wanted to bring that forward for feedback as well. Which will get us at least closer to one
That'd be
level.
7.
7 out of 13 out of the recommended from the state regulation. And still allows us with an odd number working.
Mhm.
We currently have no students.
No, we don't. We had one senior, she attended once or twice, a young lady once, and she was also involved in band. So it wasn't a success, and we've gone through student government through Dr. Cox for the past almost year and a half, and we haven't had much. And student government kids have a lot managing their own. So
And that's come up
So
too,
they're
because we've talked about a senior and had to be somebody on student council. Looking at the law, the way it's here versus our bylaws, it's very vague on here. It just says that, to assist in the selection of components and curriculum materials, each local school board shall appoint a 13-member local advisory committee consisting of, and it goes into those details. And it doesn't get into the specifics that we have in our bylaws, which makes me ask, do we develop our own bylaws? Is that something else that then we could change, that it's not,
I think,
that it doesn't have to be a senior on student council?
think that we determine what our makeup looks like everybody in every county in South
Yeah.
Carolina isn't capable of meeting these numbers.
Yeah.
Committee or as, so.
If you could lessen the senior requirement, because how is a senior gonna serve a 2-year term?
That's
If
That doesn't make sense.
I think the language in the bylaw has a 1-year term.
for the
Student
For the
first,
student, for the senior, that's why, and then the next senior coming up is written with a utopic, right? Mentality that this would be a priority for a high school senior, and I mean, that with respect, now, if that was a student trying to be in allied health, it may be. Right, because this is the pathway, they're also looking for that pathway for university entrance, right? So that's,
Well, I'm thinking too, just to have student voice, I feel is so critical. That I feel like it kind of handicaps ourselves to,
Well, I would welcome student involvement, however, anytime anyone comes into a group, it takes some time to get comfortable with how the group functions and to be comfortable in speaking up. Now you find that rare individual who can do it right away, but I just think we need to let the students know, at least in student council and maybe in other groups, that there is a potential that they could become involved in an important committee of the school board if they're interested, and maybe encourage.
Yeah.
And you might want to encourage, juniors, at the end of the year, the second half of the year, to apply for the upcoming.
Dr. Carr says,
I know of a medical professional who's interested in serving, and he says students as recommended by the school principal.
Is he asking who recommends them?
No, he is suggesting
That's
that
a
it should be
suggestion.
students.
Right.
Instead of the
right.
president,
It should be students as recommended by school principal.
and so when you look on page 1 of our bylaws for Roman numeral 2 under purpose, your very last sentence in this, if we could actually pull the full law. I'm gonna go to second from the last sentence. It says 2 students, one being the president of the student body of a high school, and 2 other persons not employed by the local school district, and then it's citing 533230. I just want to confirm that 533230 has that exact language, defining the,
It says the board members shall report a 13-member local advisory committee consisting of 2 parents, 3 clergy, 2 health professionals, 2 teachers, 2 students, one being the president of the student body of the high
Decided.
school, and 2 other persons not employed by the local school.
yeah, so it is, the citation's correct. It's exact. So we can't deviate from that. It would have been a lot easier.
But one of them doesn't. Only one of them has to be a student body.
Yeah, but that could be. So
Says the student rules are unrealistic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We couldn't fill the role for educator, based on what she just read. It says teacher.
It does.
Yes.
Which we had until she resigned today.
Right.
So we did have that.
We had to, well, we had
Two, because they was a teacher and Caitlin was a teacher. So we had, so right now we're just down, we're down 1 teacher.
I don't understand it, because if it says 2 other persons not employed by the school district, that's referencing the 2 other persons. It's not referencing the listing prior to it.
Right, that's in
It has a-
addition to,
Yeah.
and to.
So educators can be
Right.
ECSE employees.
But she didn't say educator.
That's the
She read it,
it says
it's
teacher.
listed as teacher, not educator.
Are you not a licensed teacher? I still am. I haven't given up my license.
Yeah, I mean, we are, but that's not the role we fill within the district. I think the spirit of it is somebody that's actually working within the classroom with students, not somebody who's overseeing the program.
Well, I'm still I might look at it different.
Well,
in my life.
state asks, right? You would ask for your certificate number, which is a teacher license. Right? I mean, that would be what I would assume would prove that you're a teacher. What we do for summer school, right?
I mean, I could be still the parent person. So I could-
I could
Well,
defer.
it's up to you to.
Yeah.
To complete application. That could be brought up at.
Right.
I think it'd be-
I'm just trying to follow the spirit of what they're asking us to do and the role, you know?
And it could be reviewed at academic committee, because it still has to go to
No.
board for recommendation.
Because it can vote.
Separate.
One other person that's not a Beaufort, because Cindy functions as a person, not as,
Beaufort County.
As a community, exactly.
You could be a medical person.
I know, but I can started out as community, so.
She started, because we had two medical, so that's why we moved her over to community, because we have you.
You're medical too, yeah?
Yes. I can move
Connie
over as a
and
parent.
Kim are two medical people. So.
And Dr.
I
McCoy
can
knows.
shift
I can
over.
be a parent or a
So
person
you
not
can shift
employed.
over to be whatever you want to shift to, but yeah. You can shift to be,
I
you
can
know,
be a parent or a person not employed.
yeah.
I'm multi-talented.
Gonna send someone this form.
And if we could get them to apply,
3 times.
I'm
If-
saying,
if
okay,
the
you have-
vacancy list isn't shared and people just apply,
Right,
then we can assess it where we need them.
and that's what we did.
She's dual qualified, I'm dual.
That's what SICs do all the
Yeah.
time.
Well, we'll just slide it over.
And that's what we did. There were people who had applied they fit more than one category. So wherever we were short or didn't have, we
That
put
makes
that
sense.
person and they then were recommended in that particular category.
All right, so I'm going back to the motion or amending our bylaws.
So I have, if a member within the calendar year is absent from 2 or more meetings, either face-to-face or virtual, the majority of the HAC members may recommend to the board the removal of that member. That member should be given notice by the board chair and opportunity to be heard before removal. Is that correct? Okay.
We get an official, somebody making a motion and somebody second.
I can move what she said.
Deviated a little bit.
Progress. So Mrs. Cushenberry, are you able, once we go to the board with this update, or prior to it, to update this bylaw electronically so I could bring it to academic committee maybe tomorrow? I believe we're on agenda tomorrow just for an update.
Right.
Okay, is
So
that all right?
academic committee is going to get the document that you have in your folder now. That one.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. And
And
then we'll
then-
bring it up as an update and then under superintendent's report at the next board
So
meeting.
whatever they recommend out of that, that's what we would take to.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And I believe it's more of an update to academic committee because this committee brings a recommendation and then they take a vote on the recommendation. Am I correct?
Yes, the academic committee takes they vote on the recommendation and then they take it to the full board.
Yes.
All right, so all those in favor? Say aye.
Aye.
Oh, no. Motion passes.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
No, I think it was all good conversation that needs to be had, for sure. Okay, moving on, we have training facilitators for traffic proof SD.
Can I bounce back?
Yeah,
Turn-
please.
Keeping up. Where do we land on, is the committee offering a recommendation? We're just asking people to apply, so I'll send out the job form. We're asking people to apply to understand the process. The academic committee will then make the selection. Okay, I caught up.
You're quick. All right. Yeah. So Miss Emily, this is you.
Which one are we looking at?
This is the training facilitators for traffic proof, this stapled copy, just the one that says Karen's name at the top and my name at the top.
Got it. Thank you.
Sure. So this is just an overview of what was shared with district employees as far as, okay, so traffic proof, we had, we're using that for our Aaron's Law presentations in all 6 high schools. We had a training in May, and a training in August where the district attorney's office came down and trained facilitators at each high school. So this is the information, this is the parent letter that will go home now. They will be part of the training to explain to parents what it entails. So they just wanted you to see the copy of the parent letter. And then that we have dates for each high school. I have a Google Doc that they're putting dates in as they have them scheduled. The Aaron's Law, just to remind you, is every student, every year, K-12. So we need dates for each high school going forward every year. So they have to run every student through this training every school year. Yes, so
And then this way, the first one, the second one,
You remember which one that you're speaking about now, so it's people.
the traffic proof. Oh, it was came from Miss Hook. Is that what you're asking?
Is it one of the links, one of the links you click to a hyperlink, or is it just the document that was PDF?
It was in the memo
from
Miss Hook.
I shared with you. Yep. So that's just the overview for.
And where does this fit in the overall curriculum? Wherever they can put it?
So that's where it falls as it's part of the health
Okay.
curriculum, but it really is a collaborative effort because all health PE and health teachers do not see all students every year. So they came to the training because they have probably one of the wider nets in the school, but it's going to take other people. And they have the permission of the program to do a train the trainer model. So some high schools are bringing in big groups and doing it in an auditorium. Some people, it just depends on what works. But if they needed to pull in other people that didn't attend, they're allowed to train them, and then they can also be a facilitator.
And that's why the recommendation wasn't to keep it just in physical education and health, because students are, once they meet their high school requirement.
They're out.
It may be a filler on your schedule, but there's no guarantee that they'll be in the health class.
Right.
Yes.
Some of them are taking college courses and all kinds of stuff.
And there's freedom in that. Like, we send it out at the beginning of the year, and it can be any time this school year. So it doesn't have to be a set month, and whatever works, but just whatever you can at the end of you put in the spreadsheet, and we're going to verify that that is indeed what happened. So there's that. And I think that was really it. The Kappa. So it does say traffic proof. Kappa letter is a few pages behind that. Kappa really stepped it up with their explanation of what's in the lessons. So parents are very informed about what their students are going to receive. Kappa is going to be the coverage for elementary and middle. So there's one letter that has pre-K through 5th, and then the second attached letter has what they will receive in 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. So, and then in any of this, parents can reach out, ask to see the material, or ask for questions, or to the school or to me. Whichever. That's really it.
And that's the whole county.
What?
County. Whole.
The whole district. Aaron's Law is a non-negotiable. That is every student every year.
And we'll even have the principals on October 15th will receive training in trafficking of minors. And that's required by law. Administrators must be trained. So the state's coming in to conduct that at our principal meeting.
Thank you.
Sure.
Next on the agenda is parent letter of.
That was the parent letter up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, we just got 2 bullets.
I did want to say too that they know that all of this material and that any attachments or any facilitator, train the trainer, all of it lives in Rubicon, which that's our curriculum map. So anyone who is a teacher can access the materials. They know where the PE people can show them.
Just on our next
Show them.
Yes, you are. And we're looking right into our next bullet, which is update
Bullet?
work posted in Rubicon.
There you go. So yes, it's loaded there to be user-friendly and be accessible to everyone. So,
And be consistent across the district, so
yes.
we know exactly what's being taught when. But that's important as well.
And I can say from the classroom perspective, based off of our recommendation and the school board's approval, the textbook is not available to students. They did pull that so that everybody has a hard copy, but teachers still have access. But it's also driving teachers to the Rubicon to kind of get all the materials and resources that we reviewed last year and approved. It is happening.
Oh, that's good to know.
So just for clarification, Ms. Pryor, the textbook being utilized in the classroom is aligned with the curriculum. So did students need access to the electronic version?
Well, we said that we not to give them.
Right.
Yes.
So that was the motion, then it was put forward not to give them the text.
Not the digital, well, because there were materials that they would have access to.
And it wasn't the ancillary.
Correct.
Are those materials available in the textbook, the hard copy, the print text?
No. I don't believe so.
So they're only,
So for the record, we want to make sure that our teachers are utilizing the hard copy,
Correct.
not the electronic version.
Right. And now because students can't access the electronic version, that is the case. They have hard copy.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. All right, so which leads us to our announcements. And so for the first announcement, I'm going to defer to Ms. Cindy.
It is my honor to announce that Dr. Tim Pierce has recently received 2 awards. He was named the South Carolina Medical Association Physician of the Year. And he also has received an honorary doctorate of public service from the University of South Carolina.
Congratulations.
Surprise.
We've been planning this since last May, just so you know.
And he will tell you good things are going on at the University of South Carolina, because I heard you say that
Well,
a couple weeks ago.
specifically the University of South Carolina, Beaufort, which is where I've been, had a lot of my activities, and it's amazing to me to see the growth of USCB and looking as to what is yet to come. I think higher education, in Beaufort County is in good shape, and it's really impressive what all that they've done.
Thank you for serving there too. I also have an announcement. It's hot off the presses, but the Beaufort County School District Health Advisory Committee has been selected as a recipient of the Outstanding Contribution to Health Education Award by the South Carolina Association for the Advancement of Health Education and the South Carolina Alliance for Health, Physical Education, Recreation, and Dance. And this will be presented on November 14th through the 16th at the Skaford Conference. And so we're really excited that we're recognized on a Facebook.
Yeah.
So that would be, any other announcements that we want to share?
You might want to ask, you have board members on, so I don't know if anyone wants to say anything.
I don't need a narrative with that.
Yes, I got you.
Yeah. Ms. Gordon?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Hey, congratulations, team. This is awesome. And you guys should walk around with your flowers now and shaking hands and jumping up and down. But this is awesome to hear. I can't wait for November so we can shake our tail feather. But congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
Ms. Frazier said online, this is awesome. Yes, and congratulations. We still have Ms. Hay and Dr. Carr. So I don't know if they want to say anything.
And we're proud that we did our homework.
I'll jump in and just say congratulations to all on the work that you do, and appreciate being part of this and future discussions on all kinds of topics. As a physical educator, I am so appreciative that South Carolina, AFERD has made this significant award. So congrats. Thank you.
Thank you.
So I do want to share that tomorrow at academic committee, I'm going to bring forward a motion. We work within operational expectations, which is a guideline of our work. And we give evidence of practice. What our operational expectation, we call it an OE 12, which ties to curriculum and instruction, doesn't have the language of proof of compliance to health advisory. So I'm going to make a recommendation tomorrow at academic committee that going forward for this academic school year, the work from health advisory will be part of the work that we bring forward of evidence of practice through our Division of Instructional Services as well. I think it should be part of our package of who we are. There's a lot of work that goes through this committee. So I will be making a motion tomorrow at academic committee that health advisory committee's work and compliance to the work will be part of the evidence that we provide through our instructional services division. Bringing your work forward. And one question I do have, will USCB ever open up a med school?
I don't see that any time in the future. I do believe that they will be doing a nurse practitioner program.
Okay,
Because nursing is strong
Right.
there, yeah.
they're strong at nursing.
I do see that. It's going to take a few years, three or four at least, I think. Hopefully not quite that long, but we have a new vice chancellor of finance who has come from the University of Missouri, where he has experience in putting together a program like that. And he was pushing it, and we've been very receptive to his proposal. So it's in the works. But medical school, I don't know. I don't see that right.
It just doesn't hurt to ask. Right? You say it may happen.
Well, there's a new vet school coming to the upstate pretty soon,
Yeah.
Clemson. And there are only 13 in the country, I believe.
Yeah, there aren't
So,
many. Cornell has one,
yeah.
yeah.
A lot of-
Gainesville, yep.
Um, and then there's a DO school in Spartanburg.
There's a DO school in Spartanburg.
Dr. Voska Kathy.
USC School of Medicine has a school also in Greenville that's associated with them, in addition to MUSC in Charleston. But we are having MUSC residents that are coming locally, working in the emergency room at Buford Memorial, and that's something that we're excited about.
So is the emergency room.
Thank
All right,
you.
do we have any future topics that we want?
Are there future things that we've been tasked with, in particular?
Emily, how compliant are we?
With which piece? Aaron's Law?
That would be a significant one, Erin. And then
Uh,
Gavin.
I can share dates with you all. We could do I could have that of what each school has planned, because I have that in spreadsheets if you want to know. That's not a problem. I have the CAPA dates and I have the high schools reporting their dates. So I could do that.
I think it would be good to bring the evidence to the table.
I like that. I like that.
Yes, because it's one thing to check off the box, it's another thing to see the evidence in practice, in order to possibly maybe get some feedback as well. And I do want to share, I don't know how to build a connection, but when Kappa came to speak to the group, I thought it was very important and significant. And maybe as they go through the school year, it would be nice if they give a report back to their experiences at the school sites to give for the edification of the membership and ourselves as well. And it gives like a review and a suck. Does that make sense? And also an opportunity for us to thank back for their work. So just something to think about as well.
I like that idea.
They've been doing that for years, a long time. So maybe with this wide embrace, we'll see anything different.
Yes, and what can we be better?
Environment of the school.
Yes, because I don't know if we've had that two-way communication like that. And
Not always.
yes, thank you for coming, but not, what can we do better? And I think this is the group by which to have that reflective practice. So just,
How about feedback from the educators?
yes,
Using the updated and amended resources.
So
Like when is
so
it an opportunity? to
Traffic
get their
bridge, you mean, the
feedback
high school?
on The actual approved.
Yeah.
The real changes with all. the
Amy's
types.
actually, that's an excellent idea to
Yeah,
have a survey developed.
Yeah.
I don't know how y'all may feel about that, but maybe developing a quick survey as a group. And then having that reviewed, maybe something of quality, you know, because you've had your hands in it reading. You've had your hands in it making recommendations. That's an excellent idea to get their voice,
It's working well, and what do they find cumbersome?
right?
Awkward.
So and it could be simple as 7-question survey developed by the group. We could do that in a meeting.
I already know some of the things that will be shared, but that might help drive next steps. So here's that.
So there's already feedback.
I get all kinds of
Yeah.
feedback.
Yeah, we want new
She
text.
comes to visit us
Yeah,
I do,
at our schools, yeah, and speaks with everybody.
Well, that's great. You get frontline.
build a rapport, and then also sometimes you're like, oh,
almost too much of your.
not here. I'm so glad that I'm here for you to share that with me. So, but yeah, that's a great idea, because that truly will be their voice.
Yeah.
Because they're the ones doing the work. So, yeah.
But then that also gives you something too at the state level.
Yep.
Just be like, hey.
And that could be something as simple as a jot form. It's something that,
Doesn't have to be.
yeah.
They haven't appointed anyone new at the state level, have they? I saw the same name listed
Yeah.
Thursday. Okay. Doesn't hurt to ask, like, okay. So those would be some items for consideration, Ms. Robin.
Parents law, the date for the schools, APA.
And that would be more towards the end of the year because they sign up.
Then I have feedback of educators and
Develop a survey.
for the reproductive health.
Reproductive health. So I think that might be the first, if that lies well with you as committee, maybe developing the survey first, because that's an excellent piece.
All right.
And they can tell us,
Do we need to schedule another day?
I do not want to wait on that.
Can I ask a question on the survey? Would you like to have, I could sort it by the people that have either taught or are teaching it before you would like the material versus sending it to everyone that, and they might be teaching it not yet. Do you know?
might be teaching March.
So you want to know.
I'm trying to get
That's time to do this.
authentic responses instead of the people that are already, they're not the most excited to teach this.
Yes.
So not just a negative
Yes.
springboard, like you really truly, you've done this, you know, and so like, now could you give me your feedback? So that's what I'm asking, is a timeline, like, is this something that you want by the next meeting, or is this something that would be like?
Well, so
You've taught it.
Oh, I can sort the dates.
I'm
Yeah.
thinking maybe this is just me, that we do our next meeting maybe around November. And then you will have the majority of people already have taught, because I know we're slated to do it in November. And so like, then you probably have, because the semester ends in December, so most of us have, well.
I know a couple that are pushing it to the last.
I'm
week.
sure that there are,
But I can choose who I send it to in that verified by the list.
just to get more feedback
I would
rather
just leave it
than.
open.
Leave it open?
Yeah, because,
Have you already taught it?
Yes or no?
You have the
Okay.
other question.
Right.
If you
Sure.
have it.
yeah,
are you
boom, boom,
looking forward
right.
to
Sure.
it?
And when are,
Do you
Yeah,
come up
yeah.
with Materials.
because then
Sure.
we've selected versus giving you.
Yes,
sounds great.
Practice.
Right, well, then
Right.
people
You
maybe
pull everything, but you choose what you take in account.
Ooh.
I would, well, I
They
would,
say no, they haven't.
Then I would say, do you feel comfortable moving forward with your planning? Do you feel like the training prepared you to share this information with students? I think there are other questions that could be asked of those.
Right.
And that might help.
Have you reviewed the
ascertain How they
resources?
feel about,
Rubicon?
you know what I mean? Cause
Well,
someone could be out.
And it goes where Cindy went earlier. Are you just doing something or are you fitting
Yes.
this into your curriculum? And that might be a question
Mhm.
to design.
Exactly.
Right, that match and that
Because
integration.
anything extra, even if it's required, is extra. And then you gotta figure out the best way to fit it into your lesson plans and.
but it's not going anywhere. So if you're having struggle with fitting it in, I'm your lady, like,
Yeah.
come help, let me help you figure that out, because this isn't a
Nicely said.
choice, so, but information is power to help someone feel like if they need help, like, that's what I say to them. If you need help, let me know. I'll help you figure it out, but I know what you're saying.
And that's why I think doing this survey that way would give twofold. It'll let us know who is feeling comfortable, because we might have some real rock stars out there who want
Oh,
to share this as much as possible. So those could be some of our facilitators.
For sure.
Others could learn what make.
oh, for sure.
There you
Something
go.
you wanna embrace.
That's what I'm thinking. And it'll let us know who we need to support.
For sure.
Who we need to be around more often to support.
So do you want to maybe create some question stems prior to the next meeting?
We will do
In
that.
order then to execute it prior to the end of the semester with.
Sure.
For you. All right, is that, bring some question stems to the table?
Always good to have a,
Let's bring some questions.
Okay.
Let y'all go.
I'm biased.
So
we're glad.
So we want to schedule the next meeting for November.
that was your recommendation,
Yeah.
correct? In order to.
Because I don't think October is gonna be here next week, like, yeah.
Surprise, it's here.
Autumn, just to give us
Today the first
time.
day of autumn,
Yes.
Yes.
right?
Started this afternoon.
Oh, okay.
Go back to, once,
Karen was asking, do we meet quarterly? Right now, we were, because there was so much to get caught up, we were meeting almost every month. But now, we can, scale back on some things.
so the time period of what's more convenient.
We can go before the holidays start.
If we could meet in November and deploy survey at the end of November, or beginning of December, then we won't meet again to January.
That makes sense.
So we're looking at Mondays,
It's still up to you.
3, 10, 17, and 24.
Hi, I'm with you. 1, 2, 3.
24 is probably a no, yeah.
Right, is the celebration of me.
Oh, yay.
Really?
You have the 10th is the celebration of the Marine Corps and the 3rd, so.
And the 17th is
On
Robin's
the 8th of
birthday.
December is
Oh,
my
Chloe's
celebration.
on it.
I
Chloe
said
would
the-
say it's good for Chloe.
Chloe said the 17th was Robin's birthday.
That's why I said.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Should have.
So November 10th,
How you want to spend your birthday?
It's usually at a board meeting, so.
Yeah, you have no idea, Emily, how we celebrate our birthday.
For our regular basis.
We're at board meetings, sitting like this.
Yes.
And happy birthday. Okay, we'll have soup for dinner.
So what is better for you
on
the 10th or the 17th?
Not your birthday.
No.
Fine.
Not
So
here.
down here.
No.
I won't be here,
Thank you.
but I mean, carry on.
But.
Well,
Ms.
okay,
McKenzie be able to join?
Well, I'm just,
When do we come back?
I'm trying to figure out, I'm scrolling as quick as I can, but.
So I'll have,
You coming back?
we'll have the plaque to present to everybody if we do it on the 17th,
Okay.
because I'll pick it up, but I don't want to do it on your birthday.
No, the 17th
No.
is fine.
No, no.
We're having birthday cake.
Hey,
But you're not allowed to
Too
purchase
close to
them.
Thanksgiving, is that?
Not, yeah, people will be traveling.
giving.
They will be traveling.
Okay.
17th at 5:00, correct?
I'm sad for Miss Cushenberry. I'm sad for, we'll celebrate you though.
We celebrate Robin every day.
Right now, the
What is not this?
What's your favorite kind of cake?
icing.
Wow, I got you.
Strawberry.
Love you. The chocolate.
No, No chocolate icing?
No chocolate icing.
What about cake?
Sounds like she just likes.
She just likes icing. SUGAR.
You can get it. She's invited by language.
You know that's a drug.
You can get 5 gallons of it at Sam's, just the
The
butter.
stomach hurts.
I was gonna say they sell it at Publix.
It's tipping over. Board members.
So we adjourned, ladies?
All right, yeah,
Motion.
under, unanimous consent, can we please adjourn?
Yes.
Okay.
Now y'all can talk all you want.
Yeah.
It's good to talk to y'all.
Congratulations on your awards.
Yeah.
Yes.